before we get your picks. Roddy White and Steve Smith are pretty good. Who do you guys got?
I'm going to take Joel in a squeaker. I don't like either team, but I don't pick for Mikey in these videos. Aaron Hernandez, Adam Schefter's reporting, will play on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
No Gronk. Aaron Hernandez will be the game breaker. Joel beats Mikey in a really close, ugly game.
I couldn't agree more to the fact that it's going to be a close game. However, I'm going with Joel. I'm sorry, I'm going with Mikey. Joel, I'm sorry, I'm going with Mikey. Aaron Rodgers, I know, Tom Brady, he's going to have a great day, but Aaron Rodgers going against one of the worst secondaries there is out there. Aaron Rodgers has a hell of a day. Joel, by a small amount.
I gotta agree with Justin. I gotta agree with Justin. A-Rod, I think he goes off. I think Joel's fucking Tom Brady's gonna struggle a little bit versus New York. I think it's gonna be a little tough night game at New York. But the running backs, let's not even talk about the running backs. They're all backups, third stringers in fantasy, never mind real life. Mikey's got the secret weapon here with two baby V-Jacks. He got baby V-Jack and real V-Jack.
So Denario Alexander, you think he's going to be a big player?
I think he's got...
Well, I'm going to tell you my pick. My pick, because it's going to help me bet more in fantasy, is Mikey. And it's only because he would move to 6-6, and Joel would fall to 6-6, and that would only be one game behind them both, because I'm going to win this game. And on to game number 2.
Well, Mikey, I do have to give a shout out to Mikey. He finally used his waiver wire pick instead of waiting for the waivers to go through, staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning and picking up free agency.
He still did that too.
Did he for Denario Alexander?
No. He just stayed there and did other things.
Okay, I could be wrong, but if you did put in a claim for the free agency, way to go! It's crunch time.
Game number 2, Sean Shaw 6-5 versus Joey Jeffrey 5-6. A little bit of a breakdown here. This is a big playoff implication. Same as game number 1. I think this is running back balloon compared to the first game. You got Frank Gore, Forte, AP on the other side. Victor Cruz could be a game changer this week, though. What do you guys think? Who's taking it home?
I got to go with Joey in this one. Very close game again. A lot of close matchups. It's crunch time, playoff push time of the year. But Joey's going to take this one. I think the X factor is AP. AP's, you would never know his knee was hurt last year. He's been the #1 fantasy running back pretty much, or number 2 every single week. AP's my X factor. Joey pushes along.
Good call. I'd like to first start out by saying, Joey, I'm going to give you an apology because I sat here last year and said your team was absolutely horrible, you're not going anywhere, and you won the championship. Congratulations. But again, fuck you. Your team is okay, but Shaw pulls this out with the redhead. The redhead is going to go off. Andy Dalton's going to have a hell of a day. Shaw wins this game.
Joey, you had the worst team last year. It was a disgrace. I have no idea how the worst team won the Super Bowl.
They did.
It puts into
championship.
question, maybe we should, narrow it down a little bit, because 8 is too much, because the garbage won last year.
You say that now because you're finally having a good year after 6 or 7 years of
Yeah,
line.
damn right.
It's getting more personal in here.
But, I gotta...
8 is where it is because I'm fighting for one of those spots.
I gotta go with Joey. Joey's scoring points at will every week. He's right there in
Last
top
week scored
points.
250.
Yeah, last week is,
Drew Brees can carry a team, but he's got a tough.
He's got a tough matchup. It's gonna fall in that hand, but Shaw's team's just no good. Shaw talks the game, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
I just don't think Shaw's a winner.
I don't think
he's
he's a winner in the long run, but I'm taking Shaw in this game, and
That makes
I'll
it a
tell you
split.
why. And I'll
That
tell
makes
you
it a
why.
split.
I'm taking him because I think his wide receivers are superior to Joey's. Joey's been riddled with injuries, and he has no number 2 running back. He's going to start Sproles. I don't know if he's going to play. He started Sproles, who didn't play last week. Shaw's going to take it because Joey is just depleted with injuries, in my opinion.
Joey does have Fred Jackson, so he's able to...
He's now the second fiddle to C.J. Spiller, as we've all read.
That's what they
nowadays.
say. Don't read into that too
Game
much.
number 3.
The Forge 6-5 versus Kuba 7-4. Again, Kuba, you looking pretty good. The Forge, though, this is a big week for him because if he gets to 7 wins, he's pretty much in. Anyone who gets to 7 wins basically makes the playoffs at this point in time. So a huge game. Quarterbacks are a Turkey Day showdown with RG3, not against each other, but both playing Turkey Day. RG3, Matthew Stafford. No Gronk is a huge hit for DeForge. No LaShawn McCoy. What do we got, guys?
Clearly DeForge is just riddled with injuries. He's this year's Justin. He's lost most of
Don't
his good
feed Justin's
players.
fire.
You know,
Always talking about
DeForge.
injuries.
Guy
Drops
loses
it up
his
for the homies.
guy loses his team every year, but this year DeForge caught the injury bug. Loses McCoy. Loses the number one X factor in fantasy, Gronk. You know, he's got a walking mash unit. CJ was my game breaker, obviously, my boom earlier. He's gonna run for 100 and a touchdown. Kuba gets the win here. Sorry, Greg.
Okay, all right. So I think Kuba bounces back from a devastating loss last week to the kid, and he gets a win this week. Unfortunately, DeForge, common theme, he has been riddled by injuries this week. He made a huge trade with Chad in the middle of the season to get RG3 and Alfred Morris.
And
but-
Austin Miles Austin.
Great
Miles
job. Great
Austin,
job.
great job with trading. However, Kuba's team is strong, and you're struggling right now to forge. So Kuba comes away with the win.
I gotta agree with Justin here.
I don't think you have much to say other than that you're gonna win, right?
You know, yeah, I think Stafford goes off, and I definitely think RG3 is gonna go off too. So it's gonna be an interesting game, but I think DeForge is gonna blow you out of the water.
Well, for me, I'm taking Kuba here again because it helps my case in making the playoffs. But again, injuries, no Gronk, CJ, Jamal Charles, Stafford on Turkey Day. I think it adds up to a win. Kuba gets to 8. On to matchup number 4. Dothraki Justin 7-4 versus Shmoo 4-7, and this could very well have been the game of the week.
Another good one.
Because there's a lot of
Another
high
really good
power
one.
things going on. Just some things to think about, right? You got Schaub starting on Turkey Day versus Carson Palmer, who's been blowing up. I got Welker, Demaryius Thomas. He's got Dez and Cobb. It's very, very close. But Arian Foster's a beast. We all know this. Who we got?
I mean, to be honest, I would love to see Justin lose. We're fighting for that number 1 points, number 1 in the power
He is gonna
rankings
hate,
position.
baby.
Those are
He's gonna
payout.
hate.
Those are payout positions. But I can't pick Shmoo to win. He's a goddamn idiot. Justin's gonna win because he's better at fantasy than Shmoo. I don't want to get into players. I don't want to get into matchups. Justin's gonna win because he's flat out better at fantasy than Shmoo. Justin, what do you think?
Clint, I mean, when you're right, you're right. There's not.
Let me
there's
guess,
not
he's
much-
right.
He's right. He's right. He is an idiot, but he makes great points here. Shmuel, I'm taking a look at your team here, and it resembles the team that I drafted. So if you were playing anybody else but me this week, I would say you have a good shot of winning. Unfortunately, your playoff run ends here. You're running into a buzzsaw. I'm going to smoke you this week, but. Hopefully there are some other teams out there that will lose and you'll still be in the playoff race, but I win. It's going to be a close game, but I pull it
I
out.
think 8 losses is the kiss of death for anybody in playoffs.
Yep.
Chances, but we'll see.
I got a good picture on this game. I got you know, it's a big game because you know there was a controversial trade made last week between these
Very
two.
true. The trade gate.
Trade gate. A lot of complaints. You know, it was
Just another
Justin
dumb-
had denied any kind of
In a
comments.
nutshell,
It was,
another dumb move by Shmoo.
You know,
Which did, I will say this, his team's better than it was before the trade.
And
Although
that's,
he's
and
made a
that's
lot
what you
of
try
dumb,
and,
a lot.
and that's
Justin,
what you
I'm not
try and
talking to
do.
you. We're not looking for your
It just makes
comments.
more. It just makes sense. You know.
Enough. I don't.
Well,
we have-
The two
anyway.
people that are
Who you
complaining
picking,
Shmoo
Kuba, and why?
are the
anyway,
two
so
that
Justin's
are going
got
up
a
against
difficult
me.
decision now. Does he take Phillip Rivers? Does he start Phillip Rivers against Shmoo, who just traded him? Does he bite him, or does he go with Schaub, who I think is a
Right now he's
a
got
bust-
Schaub in.
a
I'm going
bust
to try
this
as hard
week,
as I
and
can
I
to
think
get
that was
Rivers
a
in his
1 week wonder
lineup.
there.
I'm going to try as hard as I can. to
Anyway,
get
I
Rivers.
think Shmoo is going to take this game.
Oh,
I think-
hey.
I'll tell you why. I think he's
Singer.
got Carson Palmer. He's one of the hottest quarterbacks. I think he's got Randall Cobb, and Randall Cobb is one of my booms this
That's
week.
very true.
So I think Justin's going to catch a loss here. Not a beating. It's going to be close, but a loss, and Shmoo stays alive in this playoff
I
race.
like that.
I'm
I
going
like
with-
that.
Wishful thinking.
I'm going
He
with.
might not make the cut for this panel next year.
I'm going to
Yeah.
make the panel on this game 3-1 Justin. Justin's just on a gravy train right now, and I don't think the wheels are falling off, so I'm going Justin. And that brings us to our segments, our end of the pick segments. It's our blowout of the week and our game of the week. And it's pretty safe to say our blowout of the week is going to occur between Clint and our 3-8 friend Igor, who we drank for. Let's do it again.
Igor, shalom.
Or something in Polish. I can't think of anything, so I don't know Polish. Anyways, I'm not really diving into this too deep because one team is far superior to the other team, and it's not because it's Clint's team, it's because it's Igor's team that's just not producing. So, what do you guys think? Clint, I know what you think, but go ahead, give us a little
I mean, you know what I think. The fact of the matter is my team's awesome, and Igor's team is not close to awesome. AJ Green, clear game breaker. Justin pointed out the big redhead's going to go nuts. I agree with him. AJ Green's usually going to end up, catching a lot of balls if the redhead goes nuts. And that's that. By the way, I do think I'm going to win the championship this year. Stacked.
I hate to agree with Clint, and I hate to see him win, but unfortunately, Igor, you're gonna lose this week. You started off the season red hot, 3-0, and then you've just gone on a absolute disastrous tear, downward spiral. You're gonna lose another week, so I think that makes that 8 losses. Clint's running back tandem, probably the second best in the league with beast mode and the rookie phenomenon Trent Richardson. It's obviously second best to
I don't think
running
it's
back.
really that strong.
It's a very, very legitimate running back tandem.
Including
He has a
that
great
one.
wide
Legitimate, it's just
Points
The
out.
third
it's
best
legitimate,
between
it's
me
just
and
not
Justin.
that- it's
He
not
has a
second
great
best.
wide receiver tandem in AJ Green, arguably the best wide receiver in the game, and Reggie Wayne,
That
the
I
ageless
agree with.
wonder. Sorry, Igor, you just
Is there any
put
brotherly
together
love?
you put together a good
This
draft.
is what
but
I
it
see
ends today.
happening.
Oh
This is
boy.
what I see
This is
happening.
gonna get
I see-
weird.
Brotherly love.
I see Calvin going off on Thursday.
He's
tomorrow,
gone off the
game
last
one.
3 weeks,
And
and
he's
he
gonna
still
go off
keeps
even
losing.
crazier
He's
this
eating.
week. He's
Here we
eating.
go.
He's eating. Igor's pulling ahead big time. Gonna put a nice little Turkey Day scare into Clint. But I think Clint's gonna pull it off. He's just his team overall.
Day before
It's just a
Thanksgiving,
little
he
too
takes
strong.
against his
What?
brother.
Could
Igor's
be
got
a
something
very-
to play for.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Not
turkey
this
dinner.
week, so enjoy your turkey, Igor. Next week, spoiler alert against Joey. He's gonna knock Joey out of the playoffs.
Ooh.
I'm playing Igor
Look at-
next.
look
I
next
think he's
Just to
he's
let you
playing
know.
Joey.
Rolling
I think
right
he's playing
along.
Joey. Well,
I'm
he's gonna
thinking-
knock you out then.
I've already. Way to go, asshole. Anyways, I got Clint, blowout of the week. Now we're on to the Geo Dub, the game of the week. And it's not because I'm the commissioner and I'm picking myself for the game of the week, but Chad and I have the closest preview game. It's a close game. We both have tight matchups. Manning versus Matty Ice both have phenomenal matchups. Our running backs aren't that great. We could both, LaShores doesn't have a great matchup. I don't have great matchups. Who knows if DMC's gonna play? But my wide receivers are better. What do you guys think?
Well,
And I got the game breaker for Turkey Day.
this time of year is
That's
the
the
time
guy.
of year when teams start to trend. And right now, Jimmy's lost 3 in a row. Chad's won 3 in a row. I just think that Jimmy's sinking again. I agree with Kubo over here. Ryan Matthews was on my bus list. I'm not a huge fan of Jimmy's team. I don't really see any heavy talent there. Game breaker, Andre 3000. Everybody, has forgotten about him. All of a sudden, it's all Calvin, blah blah blah. Andre 3K goes off in Detroit on Thanksgiving.
He's too tired for Sunday.
Who's throwing him the ball? I'm not sure.
Shot.
Stop
He's
rubbing
good for.
yourself.
He's good for a 175.
Got a little excited. Yeah, Clint makes a great point. Jimmy's on a 3-game losing streak. Chad's on a 3-game winning streak. This is a great time to get hot. Chad's running backs, Ray Rice and Mikel LaShore, you never know what you're really going to get with them, and it's really a product of their offensive coordinators.
Now I had Ray Rice last year and I love Ray Rice.
I'm
Do the
not-
Ravens
I'm
know
not-
how to
I'm
fucking
not a
use the
fan of
guy?
Ray- I'm
The
not-
Ravens
I'm
don't know
not-
how
I'm not
to
a
use the
fan of
guy.
him.
They just don't know how to
You know,
use the guy.
He's a consistent 70 yards rushing and 30 yards, 40 yards receiving. He
It's
should be
bad.
doing way more than that.
It's all in the guru.
Yep.
276. I mean, Ray Rice is no longer that top 3 or 4 pick. I mean, unfortunately, Chad missed on that one.
Ryan Matthews is.
Great game of the
Check.
week. Larry Fitz and Andre, again, two great running backs historically.
They're wide receivers.
Wide receivers, I apologize, wide receivers, a little tongue-tied there. But again, you never know what you're going to get. So just for being a smart ass, I hope, Chad, you whoop his ass. beat him bad. Beat him bad.
Now I'm gonna have to change my pick.
Yeah, you know, Jimmy's got Matt Ryan, Chad's got Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning blows up every week. Peyton Manning's going to blow up this week again. He's
Casey.
just
Playing
a beast.
KC, it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, see, he's
I feel like they're gonna
does.
run more because of that.
You know, Jimmy's got
Wishful thinking.
Ryan
They don't have any running backs.
and, you know, Ryan, he's a
Casey
beast
Sean.
this week.
Casey always plays
Ryan
him tight.
Matthews is a
I
beast.
don't
No,
see
no,
him
no.
Matt,
doing
Matt
Matt
Ryan's
Ryan,
a beast
Matt
this
Ryan.
week versus
You know,
Tampa Bay.
he's the real deal. I didn't believe it, but you know, I finally believe it.
Never
I'm
mind the
taking that
5 picks
Kool-Aid.
last week though.
But you know, looking at the running backs, Jimmy's running backs, Jimmy did the worst.
Ryan
You got
Matthews.
the high price names.
I don't even know who
With no-
Jonathan Dwyer is.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
got
Any of his
Jonathan
running
Dwyer.
backs.
Jonathan
started.
Dwyer was
But
awesome
then-
at Georgia Tech.
It's
Georgia
effing
Tech,
crazy.
He's a beast.
It's
So I want to
effing
puke
crazy.
when I look at your running backs, but then I look at Chad's running backs and they're just as bad. He's got Ray Rice who doesn't do anything. He runs for 50
He's a
yards,
name.
60 yards. Yeah, he's just a name. And he's got some French dude, Mikel Leshore. I
Where's he
don't know.
from?
I don't know what he is.
Who knows?
But anyway, he needs 35 carries to get to 100 yards. Chad's got old wide receivers. I think the difference.
And on a
is-
short week, Andre
I-
Johnson.
and
They're
I
gonna
think-
run. They're gonna pound it.
I think
I hope
Larry
so.
does
I
nothing
hear it.
again this week. I think Andre's old, and I think the difference is Percy plays, Jimmy wins. Percy doesn't play, Jimmy loses.
My take, I'm gonna win this game of the week because I have to win this game of the week, and I can't pick against myself. I haven't done it in